set your coaches and pros, the X's and O's. This is the best when we do what we know. So let's go. Yo, what's up with everybody, man? What's cracking, man? What's going on, man? I hope that everybody's having a good day, man. Because right now I'm about to get on your nerves, man. So yesterday we started off on a live with a very good conversation and with a very interesting conversation. I think I like to really, I look at things differently, right? I'm a lot calmer than what I was yesterday. For some reason, talking about bowl games don't matter really kind of get underneath me, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things that I hear something different. I don't hear that bowl games don't matter. I hear a lot of other things don't matter. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like giving up on something, right? It's like saying to me what I hear. I'm just saying to me because we all have like, you ever heard of that like selective hearing type of thing? You know what I mean? Like, you hear what you want to hear in certain things. And when I hear that, to me, it's like, because I don't get 1,000 people that watch me, it don't matter. I'm not going to go live anymore. I'm not going to make another video anymore because certain amount of people don't watch me, or you know what I mean? I don't have a certain amount of subscribers, or you know what I mean? Like, don't give up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what I heard. But after largely sleeping on it and being able to think things throughly, you know what I mean, and looking at the big picture of things, and I see where a lot of people come from, where they get that. But see, I just think that it's just like a largely problem. Like, what's up, Katie? It was a rock fight yesterday. It was. I just feel like, you know, certain things, the mainstream media, magazines, and things that people, the largely our public say to us, a lot of people want to do those things, and it may affect things in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna get into football and everything, but that's just how I look at that in the big picture of things. Mainstream media, all the big guys, the huge pundits, everybody with the huge following said that they computed in our minds that bowl games don't matter because of whatever reason that they have with that. They take that narrative and they feed that to us. And a lot of us as sheep, you know what I mean? And the sheep means like you just gotta, you really can't, you don't have no independent thinking. You can't think for yourself. So the things that the mainstream media are feeding you and a certain narrative, you just run with that, right? And that's what it is. Okay, you're obese. You know what I mean? Like, just little things like that. So you shouldn't have high confidence level because you don't have a six pack. I got a fat pack and I'm proud of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, and certain things like that. There's people out there who those situations affect differently than others because everybody can't think like me and say, I am who I am. I'm unique and I love myself and it don't matter. And I'm gonna carry the confidence like I'm $1 million man, even if I got $15 in my pocket and my bank account ain't looking the same. I'm gonna carry myself like I'm $1 million man because being rich is just a mind state, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's where I get at with this, with those type of things. Like, why don't they matter to us? Why don't bowl games matter to us? Like, I mean, to anybody for that matter. Why would they not matter to you? Why would you work so hard to go out there and win a football game to only go to a bowl game that you deserve to go to, don't play in it, lose the game, and said, I don't care that UCF or USF or the Toledo or Tulane beat us in the bowl game. Didn't matter anyway. to Toledo, to Tulane, it mattered that they beat whatever school. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to certain people, it matters. It matters. It absolutely matters, and it should matter. And the excuse that it doesn't matter, when is that going to stop? That's us as the population, the public, who really control a lot of the rules. You know what I'm saying? If all of us really in the public got together and said that we're going to do a certain things a certain way, who's going to stop us? Who could stop us? Like, I mean, like, really, like, I mean, like, and I'm not trying to get on some, crazy type of thing or anything like that, or, exciting riots, but who would stop us? Think about that. Like, nobody could. We outnumber every organization there is that has to follow the laws. We outnumber everything. So we control things. But when there's a large piece of us who roll with that narrative and it matters, like, it's just like, wow. You know what I'm saying? You said I'm 5 foot, and it makes me determined to do big things. I feel you. I feel you. I'm short too, Katie. I'm short too. Maybe that's why we get along. So it matters to the guys that will be suiting up for the last time ever. I think so. I think so. And another thing I want to take from this too, Katie, is that, like, Coach Prime doing having Travis, Shador, and Shiloh playing, three big name. They're very popular in college football, very popular, well known throughout college football. And the fact that those three guys, at least two of them are superstars, and probably Shador and Travis's name are some of the biggest athletes' names in the world, right? Right? You know what I'm saying? Would y'all agree with me? And the fact that they're playing in a bowl game, I think is fantastic, because I hope and I strongly believe that Coach Prime is going to start putting in other coaches' minds, and some players are going to start thinking too, like, and it's going to start trending to where these bowl games are going to matter again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it matters to that school and to him, because they haven't been there in such a long time. So to the Colorado public right now, winning a bowl game is everything to them. It means a lot. It's a victory, and it should, like, because it's not easy to get out there and win those 6 games. It's not. Um, in this short time that I have been into college football and meeting so many fantastic people along the way, that's been able to help me with my journey, and the knowledge I've been able to collect upon in this thing. Everybody does it. Everybody that comes up on the panels, people I do shows with, people that I haven't done shows with in a long time. You know what I mean? Um, but winning a game is not easy. It's not easy. It is not easy at all. And and to look at this and say, that's why you got so many great coaches. That's why Nick Saban is a great, right? Because he was able to go 12-0, or he was able to go 12-1 and win national championships and do it back to back to back years. That's extremely hard. That's not easy to do when everybody's gunning for you in the toughest conference in college football. You know what I'm saying? Like but we have a mentality, and it's all upon us on where we think things are going and the way that things go. Because the chat doesn't agree with me that day, I'm wrong. I want to challenge y'all. I don't feel like y'all should agree with everything that I'm saying. I want y'all to challenge me. I want y'all to hold me accountable when I am going off the rails, or if something is, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how this is supposed to go. Conversations are supposed to be had. But you look at everybody else's show on the internet, or anybody that has a podcast, if their comments or their chat doesn't agree with them, they're wrong. Like how? But that's the way that the largely of the population, the most people follow that trend. that's the way it's supposed to go. So that's the way that things are supposed to happen. I don't think so. We're all different. We're all unique in our own different way. We all got different ways. You know what I'm saying? So it should never be like that. And leads right back to these damn bowl games should absolutely matter to a college student. Now, I get the fact that you are a athlete and you are a top 10 pick. You're projected to be a top 10 pick preseason, most of the time, because Shador and Travis, they have been projected first rounders this whole entire season. It just didn't happen 6 or 7 games into the season that Travis and Shador Sanders. I said, damn, both Sanders. That's how I look at it. We're supposed to be first rounders. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't happen like that. They were projected to be drafted in the first round the entire season. They have already played 12 games, and the last time that they'll ever suit up for Colorado ever again. What is going to be one more game to play? You could have gotten hurt the whole way through. You could have stopped in week 8 to start training for next year's draft. You did not have to finish playing after week 8. You could have stopped in early October, said, I'm stopping here to go train for the draft that's coming up in April. Now y'all finish and do what you need to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's where I'm getting at with that. But I guess it's a wrong way of thinking to say it in that way. But to stop playing football and then not want to play another game to train for something, it's the same difference. It's the same exact difference. Stop after week 6 to say I want to train for next year's draft. I know after week 6, if there's NFL teams showing up to my football practice, they're showing up at these facilities, charting these guys, so they know by week 6 who they want, who's going to fit their particular schemes, if they're going to take them in a draft or not. I guess not. You know what I'm saying? I guess not. But I'm gonna read a couple comments. I'm getting a couple. KMS 929. What's up? Salute to you. The two supposed to be the best in college football players couldn't get their team over the hump. Oh, okay. It's a difference in being the best and a fan favorite. I get that, but I'm just getting at the popularity they had. Now, they are fan favorites. Travis Hunter and Shador Sanders are fan favorites. They are, but they are also, you know what I mean, and they're popular, but they perform on the field. You say what you want about them, they're both in the top 5 in their respected categories, right? At least in the top 10, right off. You know what I mean? They're in a respected categories. Shador is a top 5 in the top 5 stats in the whole country in college football as quarterbacks. Travis Hunter is in the top 5 at wide receiver. At cornerback, I don't think he's there, but he's not there at cornerback statistically wise, but he performs like a top cornerback in the country, right? You know what I'm saying? So they ball out and they're very popular. They got everything to say. If anybody can sit out, it's those two right now, and I could say I don't want to risk it. But they got that mindset, that's dog mentality to them. Like, I got one more game left ever that I'm gonna ever play college football ever again. I'm gonna go out here. I didn't make the college football playoff, but I'm still gonna go out here and play in this Alamo Bowl, bring this Alamo Bowl back to Boulder, and we're gonna be able to look back 10 years from now and say, we did that. We did that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have. Katie said you gotta have accomplished something to be favorites. I feel that absolutely, absolutely. You gotta have accomplished something to be favorites. That's a fact. But and that's why I'm gonna get on y'all nerves today, because I'm definitely gonna talk about it into y'all. I'm blue in the face because it's something that why do we say that? Why do we say that? Why do we say they don't matter? Why don't they matter if you're not in a national championship? If you're not in the national championship, why doesn't it matter? And at this point, if you are a top athlete in the country and not willing to participate in a bowl game, and you have two of the most popular college athletes, football players, performing and going to their bowl game, I think now it's time to look at those people and say, mm, say what you want about Shador and his attitude, and if who didn't like him. At this point, it's hard not to like him. I'm gonna keep it a buck. It's hard not to like somebody like that. We said doesn't matter because people only care about rings now. But that's an accomplishment. That is like a ring, though. Motivated, dedicated. That is like a ring, bro. That's like a ring. You know what I'm saying? That's like they say getting a belt don't matter in boxing. Like, since when did getting belts? Like, I remember we used to watch wrestling. Everybody watched WWE, right? Everybody watched that. You know what I'm saying? We used to be hyped when our favorite got the Intercontinental Championship, the Tag Team Championship, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and all them like that. Like, to have that belt, it didn't matter. To get the WBO to WBA, it don't matter no more because that's the narrative that people spend. It's how much money you getting out. I know you got to pay to hold the belts in boxing or whatever. I know that a little bit, but still, to me, like, if a motherfucker got a belt in boxing, that mean he whooped a lot of motherfuckers. He done whooped some ass out there. He done beat some people up in the ring. Like, even to get to that point, that's an accomplishment. That's hitting a milestone. That's hitting a milestone in your life. It don't matter. It don't matter that you got good credit and you bought your first house. It don't matter. It don't matter. Why? Because you can get Section 8. You could get a house on Section 8. Don't matter, motherfucker. Who are you? Done did all that work to keep your credit up. Got good credit. You had to work to do that, right? You had to work to be able to buy a house, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I hear, bro. That's what I hear. You know what I mean? Like, people could spin it in whatever narrative they want to spin that on, but that's what I hear. You know what I'm saying? You said the people who quit on bowl games are just quitters. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. No matter what the excuse is, no matter what the and that's and no matter what the excuse is, rather I want to, you know what I'm saying? Rather I want to be there because rather I want to drop out early to go train for the draft. You could have, like I said earlier, you could have dropped out in week 6, week 7 to start training for next year's draft. They know who they're drafting, bro. They know who they want. They know who's going to fit their particular scheme. They know that. We all can agree on that. You know what I'm saying? So why play? Why finish? Could get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the biggest thing that people bring up. I hear that in every single take. Why they don't matter to play? Because you can get hurt. That's the number one thing. Or I want to go work out for the draft. Well, you should have dropped out week 8 in the season to start working out for the draft. Because now only having what 6 weeks, you could have had what 8 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Could have dropped out. You know what I'm saying? You could have had 12 weeks to start training for the draft. you know? Yeah, why not just drop out the draft period and just go supplemental draft and go to what team you want to? You know what I'm saying? Work out that way. You know? They matter. Now one thing I do, now I'm gonna read these comments first before I get up into it. Shador and Travis are doing something for their teammates that care. A team is a family and fam. I believe that. Good joint. Motivated, dedicated said the way these kids are nowadays, if they have no shot to win a national championship, they just quit. They'll quit and go to a other team with more money. Yeah, like, it's whack. It's whack. And I think that we shouldn't support that. Like, we shouldn't support that no more, bro. Like, and because we matter, like, things matter, bro. Things that matters. What the national media says matters. What they say, and that all starts from what the popular opinion is. They only really put a mirror of what the the most people believe. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the most people believe, whatever the most thing is trending among people, they just bring that back out and spit it out their mouth. That's it. That's all they do. Some of them don't work. You know what I'm saying? That's all they do. It's, you know what I'm saying? That's how you become popular. And what we're doing right now, you look at what everybody's into, what's trending, talk about it, bring it up, and agree with it. And that's easy to do. That's easy. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to have everybody agreeing with you, but where is your personality in that? Where's your take on that? What do you believe? What do you think about that? That's the question, you know? Where is it at that point? I don't think that you have that. Like it's just crazy to me. Shador and Travis are doing something for their team and slash family. Will appreciate forever. Yes. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And now it makes me like them even more. Like I have a totally different respect for them. You don't quit on your teammates. You don't quit on your teammates. We're gonna finish this season together. You said Georgia won their bowl game by 60 and nobody remembers. Everybody gonna remember that, but whooping. Everybody gonna remember that. Everybody, but you was taking shots at KMS. I get it. But there's no way that everybody don't remember that. But they played. But Georgia played. Those guys went out there and played in that game. And I believe that same team, some of that same team right now is trying to go win a national championship. And they've been in some tough games this year, where they could have just gave up in that Georgia Tech overtime game. And they didn't. They just wanted it more than Georgia Tech. And I've been saying that all year about this Georgia team. If you've been following me and listening, I've been saying that all year about this Georgia team. They just want it more than anybody else. They just, you know what I'm saying? They just want to fight more than anybody else. Like the overtime game, they got in a tough game with Texas. They just wanted it more than Texas. They wanted to win more than Texas. And they did because they wanted it more. And that's just what you're going to get with this Georgia Bulldog team. Like, you're going to stay with that. Like, I feel like that with they said that before the season started. We're coming back. A lot of the guys came back this year to get a national championship. They didn't come back to do nothing else but the hoist a national championship. So you're going to get a Georgia Bulldog team that is very resilient and tough on the football field. You know what I'm saying? I love it because the fat can't get no fatter. They can afford to. They can't afford to. NIL forever. Old school funny, man. You funny old school. But the UGA players never give up, even if they are down 30 nothing. They don't. Because they want to win. They want it more than anybody else wanted, man. They just do. I'm just keep it real. They want to win a national championship. That's what was going on with Michigan's team last year. I keep saying that the Georgia team is last year's Michigan team. Michigan just wanted to win more than anybody else. They was different. They was like, we want to win a national championship. We got robbed. We believe we got robbed the year before last, and now we want one, and ain't nobody gonna stop us. And whoever got in front of Michigan's team last year was a buzzsaw. They were just gonna get buzzsaw. Like Washington had a very good football team last year. They had a very good football team. They had the better quarterback in the national championship. Michael Penix Jr. was the better quarterback. He was better than JJ McCarthy last year. But the Michigan team, including with JJ McCarthy, they just wanted it more than Washington did. Period. Everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it was that. So Caleb Williams sat out and Miller Moss shine like a diamond. That's how it be. You said give Staub a chance, give Ryan Staub a chance. I respect that. The 2024 team is the least talented team Kirby ever coached, and they are 11-2. Yeah. So you must agree with what I'm saying there, motivated, dedicated. You must agree what I'm saying about the Georgia Bulldogs. and then want no more. But I will say this though, that a lot of these bowl games this year, they have horrible matchups. The matchups are absolutely horrible. Some of these matchups are absolutely horrible. Um, will us, as you know, college football fans still watch some of these games? Absolutely, I think we will. You know what I'm saying? Like, I absolutely do think that we will watch these games, like, because we like college football, because we love college football. We love this the game, the sport. You know what I'm saying? We love the sport of college football. So a lot of us will watch these games. But a lot of these matchups are horrible. They just are. I mean, I've written down some of the matchups that you know what I'm saying, that I watch, you know what I'm saying, I guess, and then some that I guess I could talk about and say, like, what were they thinking? Like, for instance, the Gator Bowl. They got number 14 Ole Miss versus Duke. Duke, like, I've seen Duke play. Um, Malik Murphy, he has a lot to growing to do, a lot to work on. But Ole Miss and Duke, like, I don't even think that's as close. That's a close game. I don't even think that's a close game. I would have, you know what I mean? I really don't. I don't even think that's a close game. I guess, you know, when you think about, you know, one of the tougher defenses in the ACC, I guess you would have to give it to Duke. Their defense have shown up, but their offense just been so stagnant. I think their defense was there for sure. Duke's defense is definitely there. Their offense was just sputtering, and it's like one of them old cars that, you know what I'm saying, you got to put in neutral. You got to give it a push before you crank it up. You know what I'm saying? That's how their offense is to me. You know what I'm saying? Like one of them old putt putts. Um, Katie said UGA got a no quit in them. It's really next man up. Bet goes down, UGA plays harder for the backup. That's how it is. And Malik just hit the portal and won't play. Wow. 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 It's just disrespectful. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, Malik, you going to another school. So this is his third school in 2 years. Who is advising these young men? But are the mentality we have largely goes into what the way they're thinking, what the popular choice and what around them. Like, I don't like we affect that. That's crazy. There should be 100 people underneath his joint right now. Like, why leave Duke, bro? Why leave Duke? Why? Because you didn't have the season that you like. That was on you. That wasn't the coach. You about to blame the coach for what you did on the football field? Like, let's just be real. Like, because at some point, you know, they are getting NIL money. They are young men. You know, we ain't got to go super hard on them, but you got to put a mirror in front of them and say, look in the mirror, look at yourself. Look at this. Look at yourself. Think about what you're doing right now. You were already at Texas, backing up two of the, you know what I'm saying, arguably the best quarterbacks in college football, arguably. You know what I'm saying? Everybody not might be a big fan of Quinn Ewers, you know what I'm saying? But Quinn Ewers gets the job done. Everybody not might not like Arch Manning, but you're not backing up just any quarterback. You know what I'm saying? You was at Texas, dog. You was at Texas. What are we talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? You stay there, learn what you need to learn from them quarterbacks, but you thought that you was good enough to start, that you should have started. So you went to the ACC, you went to Duke. It didn't work out at Duke. You look absolutely horrible. The tape that is on him I don't think that it was that great. I don't think it was that great. I'll be shocked to see, but he has the size. Um, he has the size, but I would say that the best comeback quarterback in college football to me, hands down. If that was such a trophy, I think it has to go to Sam Levitt at Arizona State, coming from Michigan State last year. Sam Levitt and with Arizona State, Kellen Denningham and that staff was able to do with him, phenomenal. Brendan Sorsby going to Cincinnati, coming from Indiana last year, phenomenal. I think they done fantastic jobs with those two quarterbacks. So I don't know what kind of they got going on, but Malik Murphy, I wish him the best. I hope that he goes somewhere where he's actually going to learn how to be a quarterback, and to hone in that craft and get better at doing that. You know what I mean? And not just go somewhere for the bag. Actually, to go somewhere to be a better quarterback, to get to the next level. Because at this point, it's just getting to the NFL, being a quarterback in the NFL and being the best quarterback that you can be. You know? So I'm gonna read a couple comments, then I'll get back into the convo. Facts, these dudes just transfer to get the money. If it doesn't work out, they just go somewhere else. It's crazy. It's rumored he's headed to Auburn. Okay, I think that might be a decent place. Hugh Freeze. Hugh Freeze might be okay. Might be okay to go down there. Hopefully he's working on some things. One thing for sure is he will be getting a bigger bag, sure, at a better place. Maybe. Carson Beck waited 3 years for a starting job. Yeah, man. Like, wait, man. He should have kept his butt at Duke. I think so too, DP. What up, DP? Salute. I think so too. I think he should have stayed at Duke, bro. I think he should have stayed at Duke. I think he should have stayed at Texas. I bet if you decide to go to Miami, you would be okay with it. Nah. No. Nah. I definitely not old school. Definitely not. The portal shouldn't open before bowl season is over. I think so too, man. And it's crazy because the coaches do it too. The coaches do it too, though. You know what I'm saying? The coaches, they leave, and I don't think that that's cool to quit on your kid. Yeah, because you look at them as kids. You know what I'm saying? We look at them as young men, but the coaches look at them as kids. They're kids. You know what I'm saying? They're looking over them, teaching them other things, and preparing them to go to the next level of life, whether that be whatever degree they're going for, and whether that be the NFL. The next level of life is what the coaches are trying to get these guys, you know what I'm saying, prepared for. So that's how you look at them. And to quit on them is just crazy. Like, I don't think it was I don't think I was cool with Cam Ward going to Cam Ward was at Wazoo and he went to Miami, and I was cool with Cam Ward doing that, but Malik Murphy just transferred from Texas last year. He left Texas before a bowl game last year, and how he left Texas. It was how he left Texas more than anything old school. And then him just bouncing on Duke the way he did. Like, that shows me a lot about the leader of a football team. That's why that offense played like that. Star Thomas wasn't a bad running back. I think he was one of the top. Like, he was decently up there in the ACC. He had the team around him. I just don't think that he was just a good leader, and that shows. That shows. You quitting on me before we get to a certain thing. Now, Cam Ward came back to Miami. Probably could have went to the draft last year. Went to Miami for the bag. But they actually played for Cam. They didn't quit on Cam. He led that team. Like, you gotta. That's what I'm putting in perspective. I'm just not looking at it like him bouncing around, and I get that they're trying to get a bag and they get in the bag, and I'm happy for them getting the bag. But who's advising him to do that? This don't look good. It just don't look good. He's only correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. He's going into his junior year. You know what I'm saying? So what? 3 years in college, and you already at your going on to your third school. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Yeah, situations are different. I get it, but the way he's bouncing on his teams, like, he got a lot to prove, bro. That's all I'm saying. Now he got to go prove himself somewhere else where you would have already established at Duke, and Duke's not a bad team. It's not a bad team at all. They weren't horrible, but if you want me to be honest and keep it a buck about Duke, Duke was the way they were because of that offense. That defense, you know what I mean, was not bad. We know this. Like, it was an offense. He's the leader of the offense. I mean, it is what it is. Cam Ward was putting up 48 points a game. Malik Murphy couldn't do that. And I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying what it is. Y'all want me to keep it real? I'll just keep it real. But yeah, man, like, it's just, that's what it is out here. It's exactly what it is. And shit. Another matchup for a bowl game. I think Syracuse versus Washington State. That's all right. Syracuse versus Washington State. That's all right bowl game. I think Syracuse is a good team. I think Wazoo was good. I do think that Washington State got off the hook a little bit because they pretty much played in the G5 conference. There was no Pac-12, but a lot of those guys did go over to the Pac-12. So, but don't take away from them winning football games, right? It just don't take away from them winning football games. I don't think the Mountain West was horrible. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it was horrible. Some all right football teams in the Mountain West, okay? But they did play a lot of G5 teams. Washington State did not. I don't think they're a lot battle tested. And when they did play one of those good ones, they lost. They lost. You know, I ain't mad at him for leaving. He doing what he doing. Now, the Las Vegas Bowl, they got USC and Texas A&M. I can't remember where my man was. He came up on there. He kind of gave it to us, and he ain't been back since. Forgot his name, but he need to get his butt back up here because he ain't came back since, and I ain't seen him since. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen a man since. But y'all know, y'all. Let me hold up. Let me put the link down there, man. They matter. This is probably gonna be like one of my last my stream yards. I'm not gonna probably be able to go live. So when y'all see me, I'm gonna probably be on the Rawhide panel. Going through some things right now, obviously, but but I ain't gonna be able to do live. So I was like, I'm gonna pop up on here, see if I could, jump up on this live. So that's how it was like kind of last minute or whatever. Yeah, the USC versus Texas A&M. I think SC, Texas A&M, is that a good one? I mean, I seen SC lose a lot of close ones, but Texas A&M, I thought they were a juggernaut for real. I thought they were a lot better, and I just don't know with that one. I just don't know. What's up, old school? What up?
Hey, what's going on, young man? I'm glad you just said that because I got a chance to get you before you stop going live. I wanted to catch you last night.
Oh yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I was gone last night. I dipped up out of there quick. I got up out of there fast.
Yo, Rizay, I heard you. Yeah, I see it. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, I love y'all. I love the way everything be going on. I love this college football thing now. I'm just like with you. I'm getting a new interest in it. But you had an interest in it, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm getting a new interest in it. But I love what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Hey, but Chuck, but like I said before, I don't know how to say this. Let's get to the last conversation you was just having about that young man out there in Duke. Man,
Yeah.
man, that's the best thing in the world about this NIL thing, and they can be moving around like that. You understand me? Because a lot of these football teams be trying to get, what they want to do? They want to go back to the caveman days when they had it with that. If you want to transfer, you got to wait a whole year. You see how they try to stick it to you like that, Chucky. But then when the tables turn on, when the rabbit get the gun, you get that part right.
Yeah, I get that part.
Yeah,
Old
but
school.
when the rabbit get the gun, they want to start changing laws and rules and stuff. Boy, that's how it usually go in this world. And this world is very dangerous because of the fact that it's capitalism and it's based on money. But we ain't gonna get to that. I love the way that young man was picking up his decision. I was glad when he did that, and I didn't realize that. See how the narrative is? Oh well, Duke got a good defense, but then their offense was bad. And then he's the reason why the goddamn offense is bad now.
Yeah, I said that.
So what? Now he better stay there. If that's the case, then they did already read him. I'm about giving him that narrative.
I feel like they was close enough, man. I feel like he could have played a lot better, man.
Hey,
I feel like he could have played a lot better, old school. I don't think that he put
hey, Chuck, I understand that because you didn't already explain that at first. Let me explain this part to you. And then you get right back to that. You get right back to where he was out there in Texas. You see how he was the person that seen how corrupt this system, the college football system is, how they try to work that patent money part of it. You get it? Because he seen the up and development. That he knew he had to get up out of town fast. He could rely on this talent. Because he had the talent, but he didn't have the name. And they tried to develop dude name and the talent to go in fast, so they're gonna take him about a year or two to do it.
All right.
Why would you sit up there and get comfortable there? He already seen the door, what was going to be happening. All he had to do was play good and get up out of there, and that's what he did. Play good, got up out of there. That was the smartest thing in the world. I think that's a smart young man. And Chucky, you asked this question. Let me get right back to you again, because I'm listening to you. You asked this question. You said, I wonder who's that buying him. God dang it, whoever's buying him, better get him some money.
So let me answer this question. I like what you said about that old school. See, a lot of people don't be listening what old school be saying, right? But I hear you though, old school. I hear you. I fucks with it. So let me ask you this question: do bowl games matter to you?
To a certain, in the past, I'm gonna tell you something. This is really in the past. When it comes down to the bowl games, usually the ones that ain't going to the bowl games ain't coming back next year.
So do you think it should matter to the players? Do you think it should matter to them?
To be honest with you, I think it don't matter. And I love the way it did it this time because it's an oddity. And it was so much of an oddity, Coach Prime had to mention it. And you very rarely see that. So that goes to
I'm
show.
glad he got people playing, because I hope that it start trending in a way where it do matter, because to me, I think it says a lot for you as a player. You know what I'm saying? For you not to quit on your teammates. Because if you already knew, old school, that you knew you was going to be a first round draft pick, you knew that in week 8. Why not quit in week 8 and go work out?
Yeah.
And go work out for the draft.
And Chucky did this because I got wise to that real fast. Remember when Coach Prime had decided, back 3 years ago in December, back 3 years ago when he decided he was going to come out to Colorado. Remember they was going to the Celebration Bowl. They was out there at J State. Yeah. And remember how them to half the goddamn team gave up on them? I bet you if Coach Prime would have stayed, they would have been there having flags and banners and everything else. Probably would have won the goddamn thing. They wouldn't have had to wait for the white boy to catch the ball. They'd have somebody else to catch.
On BYU, Colorado about to whoop BYU in that bowl game.
Hey, Chucky, I'm glad you mentioned that, boy. I'm gonna tell you something. Listen to me. It's gonna be a massacre, boy. Remember the last time at the LMO? What happened at the LMO for the whole team? Do you get that part? Do you get that part, boy? It did look good for the whole team. Boy, I'm telling you. Yeah, and Colorado going in there as the home team. All right, I like that narrative too. Man, they gonna act the field. They gonna act the fool. They ain't gonna come in there acting like why did we even come to this? They gonna come in there knowing what. I'm looking at one of them Oklahoma's.
So I'm confused because you just said bowl games don't matter, right? But now you excited about Colorado.
Because then they go right back because I'm not contradicting myself. What I'm saying is Coach Prime did this. Coach Prime got them to do that. I told this was me. Look, I told y'all on what's the name show. Travis Hunter Edge to doing them all going to that. They're not gonna bow out of that. And Travis Hunter gonna go because he love playing football anyway. He love acting the fool.
That's what I'm saying, old school. That's what I'm saying.
It wasn't no. Chuck, understand me for real though. It wasn't no thought in my mind that they were. And Shiloh, wait, man, how you look like Shiloh not going?
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I feel like.
And you see, we talking about people that ain't got nothing to lose. They ain't got nothing. What you need? They ain't got nothing to lose. They ain't got everything to gain.
They got everything to right. They got. But that's what I'm saying.
They can't fall back on their. They can't fall on their morals. They can't fall back on what I done already.
So you agree? If there's 2 players in college football, Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders, they could have said, "We going to the draft. We getting drafted. We could stop right now in week 7, not play another snap." Work out for the draft, get our 40 times up, get stronger, get whatever for the NFL. They could have started preparing for the NFL in week 7.
No.
It's crazy, and not a lot of people don't agree with what I'm saying, but it's the truth.
We don't have the type of with Shedeur and Travis to a certain extent are the only ones like that. You understand me? But that's not even the point about that right there. That's taken care of with them. With the other guys they have to perform. They have to be recognized. They have to get some tape. They have to get some film.
There you go.
Because these people gonna have to sit up there and distinguish what they getting.
And not quitting on them. So he know that Will Shepherd got to get some film. He know that Jimmy Horn got to get some film. So the best quarterback said, "I'm going to play this game for y'all."
Yeah, there you go. So I see a field day. Boy, I'm telling you, now you get it, don't you?
No, but see, no, that's what I'm saying. But that's how every best player on every team should feel about their teammates. I'm going to give y'all the best opportunity to win this game, to get to shine on. If I'm a defensive lineman like a Walter Nolan, that's going to get a double team or a triple team on every play, and I know this defensive end on my team, he got it, but he got to get film. We made it to this bowl game. I'm gonna give you the best chance it is to get your shine on in this game. They're probably gonna double, triple team me, so you can have single. You know what I'm saying? Get single covered and do your thing. Do your thing, dog. You know what I'm saying? See, that's what it's about. That's what I'm saying. And see, but they're saying, oh well, you could drop. There's other people saying you could drop out and work for the draft, or you can get hurt. You could have got hurt at any point in the season. You already played 12 games. You've already played 12 whole games to get to that point to make that bowl game. But now you want to sit out one more game. You want to sit out one more game, and now we're saying it don't matter. But then there's a whole nother side to look at this that it kind of don't fit into what everybody talk about, or like the fact that y'all could be trying to get sponsors. Y'all could open up the door for something totally different. If this goes right and these bowl games start mattering, now the Alamo Bowl may be able to cut you a little check or something. You know what I'm saying? You might get a little piece of the revenue sharing, especially when revenue sharing start back up. The Las Vegas Bowl might pop you off to do something. So you got to incentivize people to get the bag. I believe that it's a business. I get it. Your body is the business.
Right, you're right. You said right. I get that part, the business part of it. But look here, remember when I don't know if you've seen it though, because Travis has said on one of the shows he be on, when people here they asked him the question, was he gonna go to the bowl games? Travis said, no, they got to give me what did he say, $5 million. What did he say, something like that? What did he say? I said something like that. I guess it was like $5 million, something like that. Because he came over with a double. He said, yeah, they got to give me $5 million. But he was saying it in a joking way. You understand me? But then when it comes down,
right mindset,
understand, and let me say something to you. When it comes down to it, you understand, it was his decision whether to go or not. We already know that. We already knew he was going to go just out of Kansas hard to the love for Coach Prime. But and this love for the game too, right? But this though, Chuck, look, if it came down to it, you just mentioned it. Somebody got in touch with him, say, look here, young man, you're still going to come, are you? You know, we would incentive to enhance the incentives. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he could have been saying, look here, man, I ain't happy. Slightly said, I ain't happy with what's going on with that. No, I ain't showing up. And by him saying, no, he ain't going to show up in these big heads, these big wigs. I said this, they start getting concerned because he's the star of the show. Now, don't start a team.
Or it may work out for you for the next level. You show up for the Pop-Tart Bowl. All right, you show up for the Pop-Tart Bowl. It may work out for you in the next level. Now you can build a relationship with whoever runs the Pop-Tart Bowl, whatever representatives. You done met that representative at the game. You showed out. I showed out in this game. Now I'm a pro now. All right, let me go see if I can make a Pop-Tart commercial for the kids on Nickelodeon with a football or some shit. Because I know this motherfucker too. Like, see, people, you gotta it's a whole lot of other things that could go into this too that I could get into to try to fit my narrative of it. But I really don't want to, you know what I'm saying, try to spin it. But it is what it is. I don't think that a player, period, point blank, should ever quit on your team. And if you're worried about injury and you are one of those top players, then why even finish the rest of the season, bro? You want to talk about getting tape and you want to talk about this. Now you get, usually in a bowl game, they're trying to put the best of the best again, you know what I'm saying? And they're trying to match records. They're trying to match records and they're trying to match the talent with the teams to the best of their ability. Now, I don't think they did a fantastic job with that this year at all. You know what I'm saying? There's certain teams that we wanted to see play each other that I thought that would have been a better matchup, but I think there's some decent matchups too. Like I think Missouri playing Iowa, I think that's a decent matchup. Based off of what we've seen out of Missouri this year and what we've seen from Iowa this year. I think that's a good matchup. Okay, I'm gonna keep that a buck. Miami and Iowa State. I think we rather would have seen like Iowa. I don't know if we really wanted to see that one. That one's to me. And for that fact, you got to throw that out. Alabama versus Michigan. I don't know about that. Michigan got the defense, but we know they ain't got a quarterback. And Alabama got a hell of a running quarterback in Jalen Milroe, and they got the defense. I think South Carolina and Illinois, believe it or not, I think that's a decent matchup right there. You know what I'm saying? Louisville versus Washington. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I think they could have did a little bit better job with that. I like the Texas Bowl, the LSU versus Baylor. I like that game. I don't know about y'all, but we've seen Baylor put up points. We've seen that offense move the ball. We've seen LSU. I think that's a good matchup. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know if the players is quitting their games or not. I haven't heard too much about LSU and Baylor guys walking out or the coach walking out on them. So I'm gonna be paying attention to that and looking at that. But I hope that Coach Prime and having Shador and Travis play in this Alamo Bowl and the team, period, everybody playing as a team at Colorado. My respect for Colorado, despite of what I have, you know what I'm saying, the things I had to say, and it was all in just, you know what I'm saying, me being wanting them to succeed and wanting me to see them do better, regardless of what things I may say. But that now I'm looking at them total, like my respect level went through the roof for them with this particular thing. This one thing for me, just now I'm looking at this team like, wow, like how could you say anything? They're all balling. They all came together as a collective and said we're playing. And I think that had a whole effect on BYU, and I think that it's affecting other college football. And Cam Ward's even playing in the Pop-Tart Bowl. He said that proudly. Like, he didn't go out there. He tried his best to go and make it to the college football playoffs. They didn't make it. So now we're not going to play. And he's playing. Like, that says something about these players, man. That's different. And I hope that they do start. And I do think that they're going to start meaning things. And from now moving forward, we know if you're going to go to Colorado, you're probably going to play in your bowl game, because it should mean something. It's not easy to win. And that's the whole thing. And that's why I think I was going to get on a lot of people's nerves, because that's what I was basing this whole show around. And I know a lot of people don't like hearing that. And they don't want to hear that, but it should matter. And we need to stop saying that it don't matter, because to a coach, to the university, to you getting out there busting your ass all 12 of those games and then wanting to quit to drop off for a draft, you should have stopped in week 9. Stopping in week 9 is no different from stopping at week 13. Stopping, not even playing the season because you were projected the whole one. You could have worked out that whole season. It's no different. I just don't see that. Quitting is quitting. Playing is playing. And that's all I got to say about that. But Old School, I appreciate you coming up here, man, for the time, man, that you came up here, man. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to get with Rawhide, man, and see if Rawhide want to do some late night stuff tonight or something. I think him and Really Flawed got they show to an Impossible going on today. It is Wednesday. I'm not sure if it's Wednesdays or Thursdays. It's what?
Today is Wednesday. I don't know when the show come on, but I know today is Wednesday. Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know if him and Really Flawed got the two and Impossible, but if y'all make sure y'all check that out on the Homegirls channel, Really Flawed and Rawhide. They do got the two and Impossible. Very good show. Very sensible. It's not, you know what I'm saying, everything. So y'all support everybody up in the Rawhide fam. Thank you, Old School, for coming up here with me, man, and keeping me company for the time being. Been up here with an hour for y'all.
Yeah, thank you for having me, young man.
No problem. No problem, man. No problem. Hey, y'all have a good one, man. And let me say this to y'all before we get on up out of here, man. Let's dare to be different. Dare to be different. Be yourself. Be who you are. Love who you are. For whatever flaws you have, embrace them. Do the best you can with them. You know what I'm saying? Embrace it. Embrace yourself, man. Dare to be different. Don't be what society wants you to be. You know what I'm saying? Be who you are. Be the best to your best ability. That's all I'm saying. Let's stop always going with the popular opinion. Be different. Don't hit the like button. Hit the dislike button, because you ain't like what I said. Challenge me in the comments. Make me get better. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, y'all. Peace, man. Peace and love out there, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Sports with Truck and Chubby. Y'all make sure y'all follow me on my different social medias. Make me get on Instagram and all that. I got all of that, but I really don't interact with it a lot. But I'm gonna do better with getting on there. I got TikTok, I got Instagram, I got X. I need a lot of people to follow me on X on there. I like X a lot because I can say what I want freely on there. So y'all make sure y'all follow me on there. That's Sports with Truck and Chubby. Is at Truck and Chubby. Same way I spell it on here. TRUCKINCHUBBBZY. All right. Y'all have a good one, man. Peace. Another Trucker Chubby production.